What's going on, y'all? It's Friday night, a late night. I just got back from the shop over in Oklahoma City. As you can see, my car is sitting in the trailer. I-44 canceled their practice this weekend, or postponed it due to renovations. And Port City is running a practice this weekend, an open practice. So I decided to go get my car and run it out there to make sure it's going to be good to go for our first race coming up next weekend. The last you guys seen, we made adjustments on my rear axle, and I feel like it's going to make the difference to make it to where it'll be able to go around the turns like I need it to. Yeah, I got it here. I got a few small things that I got to do to it. To make sure she's ready to go. I'm gonna get this thing unloaded and get her put in here, get it all set up, and get to work. So I'll throw a time lapse up and you guys can watch along. Alright guys, got this thing unloaded. Gonna get her put on the stand and then start getting some stuff going on it. So the first thing that I gotta do is I gotta pull this side cover off here and I gotta reseal it. That's the main deal. This thing's leaking, so I'm gonna get that resealed and take care of that. I gotta tighten up the front end because it's loose. So I get that tightened up, and then on the rear end, I don't have quite enough space between the the torsion bar. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. Yeah, don't have enough room between there, so I need to move this stuff over a little bit. So I either need to do that, or I'll have to get it up on stand and see if I have a little bit of room to move this right rear out just a little bit. But we'll see. I'll get it up on the stand, and we'll see about doing that. And then I gotta get everything tightened up on it, on the rear axle, all the hardware, and we should be good to go as far as that goes. That's really that, and I gotta get some water put in it, but I didn't grab any tonight from the shop. I knew I was forgetting something, I just couldn't remember what it was. But yeah, we're gonna get that going. I can get some water tomorrow, no big deal. It should be good to go after that. I gotta get oil, put some oil in it, because when we was at the track last weekend, it lost a lot. I say a lot. It lost enough that I need to get some oil and put some oil in it. But I'll have to get some oil in the morning, get that topped off, and we should be good to go. So nothing super crazy, just a little bit of work. I gotta get a new bolt put in the brake pedal, because I noticed whenever we washed it last weekend that there was a nut in the floor pan. Couldn't figure out what it was until I just went and picked it up. I seen that the bolt was missing, or the nut was missing on the bolt for the linkage here where it goes to the brake booster. But I have hardware with some lock nuts, so we'll take care of that. That won't be no big deal. Yeah, I'm gonna scoot this thing over, get her on the stand, and start getting after it. So I'll throw it back up on time lapse, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, I got most of that time lapse, but I guess my phone died in the process of time lapsing. So, but it's getting late. It's like almost 2:30 in the morning. I got pretty much everything done except for the brake linkage there, which I don't have my drill in here right now. It's in my work truck, but I will take care of that in the morning. That's no big deal. Steering rack's tightened up. No more wiggle in there. Wheels are tightened up. I went ahead and checked all the hardware on the front end. So we're good there. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but there is a coat of silicone in there. I'll let that cure overnight before I even start it up at all to make sure it's not leaking anymore. Found a longer bolt in my toolbox, the same thread and everything, and got that put in there. So we got that taken care of. Hopefully this guy doesn't leak anymore. If we don't, then we'll be in business as far as that goes. Rear axle set, everything's tight. I got the gap space that I need between the torsion arm and the tire. So we're good there. Hardware's tight. Checked everything on both sides. Checked all the torsion bar hardware for the adjusters and everything. We're good there. Come to find out, while I was messing with stuff down here, my fuel pump plate that I got here mounted to the back of my fuel tank was loose. Got that tightened up, so we're good there. I swapped the linkage here. The linkage was, this guy was on the outside here, and so the bolt and everything was getting into the muffler. So I went ahead and swapped that to the other side, and it even looks straighter. So I think that's going to be a lot better anyway. So we're good there. I think that's that pretty much covered. I mean, there wasn't a ton to do on this thing. Got most of it done last weekend. It was just a matter of getting everything tight and then, you know, swapping some spaces around on the right rear, on the axle. So I think we're in pretty good shape there. Some wheel nuts for my wheel here because I was missing 2 of them. So got all 4 lug nuts on there now. So we're good there. The only thing left to do really is the brake pedal linkage. You gotta fill this old girl up with water. So I'll go get some water in the morning. Once that's done curing, by the time, you know, I get back to it in the morning, we should be good. I have to go get some oil from the parts store tomorrow as well. So I'll get that filled up, run it, and make sure it's not gonna leak anymore. So we should be good there, hopefully. Other than that, all the hardware and everything's tightened. I went over everything that I could possibly think of. I put a wrench and a socket on every nut and bolt that I possibly could. I think for the most part, we were ready to go. So got it all cleaned up, got all the tools picked up and everything. And I think I'm getting ready to call it a night. Go inside and take a shower and get some rest for the night so I can get up early in the morning and get this thing buttoned the rest of the way up, get it loaded up, and be ready to head on out to port so that we can go do some practicing. We will catch up with you guys in the morning. Later. What's going on, guys? It's Sunday. Yesterday was at the track was kind of a hectic day. We were shorthanded for one, so we didn't get a ton of video. Did get some video of me running on the track, but basically this practice was a lot better than last practice. The car is still not 100%. We found out we had some more issues with it. Ended up talking to some people and, you know, asking for some advice, and we found out some good information. Basically, I've got the wrong size left side torsion bar. It's too light. Found that out. So we're gonna change that, and that's a lot of the reason why the car, which you'll see in the video, when I enter the corners, my right front comes up off the ground. We don't want that. We want it to, you know, be planted on the ground so that way it can help me steer. You know, most of the steering gets done in the rear axle on these cars, but I gotta have the front steering right for me to have the rear axle do its job as well. So gonna have to get that fixed. Trying to find a new axle because I'm still having issues with the right rear getting sucked in, getting into my right rear tire here from the torsion arm bolts. And well, I don't need that. I think just getting a longer axle in it will solve that issue, because I just don't have very much room to work with this smaller axle in it. So we're gonna try to find one of those and get another one of those put in, and then potentially put another front axle in it as well, because that left front up there, the kingpin hole, is it's a little bit wallered out, and I mean, it's not necessarily causing exactly what I'm having, but it's also not helping because the front wheel's got a little bit of play like that. So we want to get that stiffened up a little bit, so maybe that'll help me, because it's definitely not helping me now. That, and we got to get the front axle shoved over this way, because right now it is shoved over that way, and that also does not help. So we're gonna have to put a shorter radius rod in it, because the thing is, you can see right there and over here, she maxed out. She's all the way sucked in as tight as she can go, and I don't have that's what shoves the deal over. And right now, with the longer radius rod in there, I need to shove that panhard bar down, and if I do that, it's just going to shove the axle the wrong way. It's gonna suck it this way more, and we don't want it. We want it to go this way. So it needs to be about even with the right rear, and it's not. And same thing, this needs to be sucked in a little bit. So we're gonna get that figured out. Also think I know what I need to do to get my oil leak fixed, because it's still leaking oil. Now, the part that I resealed Friday night, that's not leaking anymore, but now I have plugs on the side of the engine that is leaking, and I think that it's just an O-ring in there. So hopefully I can pull those out maybe today or sometime this week, and see if I have any O-rings that I can put in it to seal that back up. Yeah, like I said, it was better than last weekend, but still not where I need it to be. So I probably won't be racing this next weekend. Taryn and Colton probably will, depending on if everything goes well. Taryn still got to get his car driven and finish the break-in cycle, which he's going to try to do today, but the pin that pushes in when you squeeze the clutch in, that cover, that bushing or whatever that holds that in place, is not there. So he's going to have to get one of those, unfortunately, and try her again. So, but anyway, I'm gonna get this thing unloaded. I gotta get all my stuff out of it, and I gotta take the trailer back down to their house this evening. So I'm gonna get all this stuff out of here and get the car brought in here and put on the stand, and maybe tinker with it some before I do that. If not, I'll run down there and get the trailer taken back, and probably mess with it maybe this evening, or I definitely will be out here messing with it throughout the week. So trying to do what I can do before I get back to the shop and we get some parts, some different parts put in it, and try her again. Throw it out on time lapse, and we'll catch up with y'all in a little while. Alright guys, got some stuff done around here. Got the garage all cleaned up, everything put up, tools put up, and everything put where it needed to be so that I can do things easily out here. I don't know if you guys have seen a little bit. Well, you're seeing that time lapse. I hung this shelf back up on the way down to go get my race car from the shop. It had fell off, or it didn't completely fall off, but it was hanging, fixing to fall off whenever I got to the shop Friday night. So I pulled it down and then just set it on the ground, but went ahead and hung it back up. So got all of our stuff put away and cleaned up in there, and then got the garage cleaned up and got everything put up there. So I went ahead and pulled the side panels off of my car to look a little deeper into the oil leak issue. And basically, this is what I end up finding. That one's not wet right now, but it was yesterday, even after I had sprayed it off and everything. So I think it's leaking from there. I think this this oil line right here and this fitting here, this connector is leaking. So I'm gonna have to pull that off, get that resealed. And then this plug down here, can't really see it right now because I cleaned it off, but it is still a little shiny underneath that plug there. So I'm gonna pull those things off. Oh, and the valve cover, I mean, that's what the oil's coming from right there. It's coming from that part of the valve cover gasket. So gonna need to get that replaced. And then, yeah, I replaced all the seals and O-rings that are on those plugs. Get that taken care of. I don't know if I said anything earlier about the torsion bars or not, but anyways, I gotta get back to the shop and get a different torsion bar put in for the left side. And then we're gonna have to probably change my front end, and because it's got some issues here, the wheels, a little bit more play than what I want in it. So we're gonna get that fixed. It's not the bushings, or the bushings and the kingpin itself, because I replaced all those things and it's still doing it. So I think it's the axle tube. We'll get another front axle put in it and get that thing set exactly how it needs to be. A shorter panhard bar. I won't be able to do those things until I get to the shop, but I'm gonna try to get my oil leak situation figured out. And that's really just about all that needs to be done to it to get it all figured out. Is the rear axle, front axle, and my oil leaks. So once I figure those things out, it should be ready to go back out to the track. But the next time it's out, won't be for a practice, it'll be for a race. So hopefully we can get this thing dialed in, and I can go out there and be somewhat competitive. I ain't saying I'm gonna go out there and win, the first race or anything, but I'd like to at least do pretty well if I can. Get the car set up, and shouldn't be no reason. Anyways, just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. It's probably all that I'm gonna do for now. It's getting late. I gotta get this trailer back down to my parents' house, and I'll get that done, and shoot, maybe sometime this week, maybe tomorrow, or sometime this week, I'll get back out here and I will get those plugs pulled off and try to get them resealed if I can, and see if it run it for a little bit, let it idle here in the garage, and get it hot, get it up to temp, and see if it'll go to leaking again, and hopefully we'll have it fixed. So I think that's it for now. We will catch up with you guys later. By the way, one added little bonus. I just got my new anchors in for my helmet, so finally got those put on so that I can wear it with a Hans device, which I have one. It's just my clips. I don't have the clips here. Those are on the way. Should be here sometime this week. But anyways, wanted to show you guys that. So now it'll be a little bit safer for me to run rather than wearing a regular neck brace, because at I-44 I just wore a regular standard neck brace, and which is fine, still safe, but wearing the Hans is going to be a lot safer for me. So we're all about safety around here, so that's important to us. So I got those so that by the time I'm actually racing, I will have everybody. I won't have to borrow Hans from anybody. So, but anyways, just want to show you guys that. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, and we'll see you on the next one.